Hey, what's going on? It's me, Mex, and I hope you're doing good. And today, I want to review Hajime no Ippo's latest chapter, which is 1387, so let's get into it. We carry over from the previous chapter, and see that Vorg and Sendo are getting even more heated about their discussion about Ippo. That is, until Vorg's coach Dankichi steps in to interrupt them, and says that this is out of their control. And he starts getting very philosophical about how even someone as old as him can see Ippo's inner light and how it's still shining. And Sendo gives a funny comment on how weird old people are, but I'm sure even Coach Kamigawa would say this exact same thing about Ippo. And the talk about a trigger must mean an event or a call to action to begin boxing again. But something that scares me is, while that it is a theory, if this is alluding to Coach Kamigawa dying and this triggers Ippo to get back in the ring, then I just don't know what to say. Sendo's a meathead, so he can't comprehend any of this though. But there's a callback to the scene about how only the strongest can stay at the top. And it's interesting that Dankichi mentions you can't make it to the top alone, no matter how brave you are. Which leaves Sendo and Vorg lost, and they start throwing shade at Dankichi, which angers him. And there's 3 establishing shots, and we finally cut back to Ippo and see that this man was slumped. He literally wakes up confused and apologizes for sleeping, which is a bit concerning. And Wally's coach Miguel asks him that he knows why he retired, and he asks Ippo how he feels, and that any answer that concerns him will take him to the hospital for Ippo's well-being. But Ippo says he's fine, which relieves Wally. And he apologizes for troubling Wally, since he has a match coming up with the man, Ricardo Martinez. And Wally starts questioning Ippo, and I like how it's in a very simple manner, that if Ippo just doesn't like boxing anymore. Which is obviously not the case, it's much deeper than that. And Wally begins saying that Ippo taught him how fun boxing is, and how it's so fun that it should keep Ippo going, and Wally asks Ippo if he hates boxing again. But Ippo doesn't bring up why he quit boxing, but just states that he still loves the sport, which is very in character. But Wally doesn't seem to take that seriously, as he believes that since Ippo loves boxing and is still very strong even if he's retired, then why not come back? But Ippo doesn't mention why he retired again, but says he can still love the sport, but just spread his love as a coach. And Wally accepts this answer, and he shows how much he cares for his coach Miguel, which gave Wally a chance to box in the first place. But Wally's actually excited to fight the man, Ricardo Martinez, which freaks Ippo out a bit since he knows firsthand what fighting him is like. But seeing how Wally's really excited to fight Ricardo Martinez and is looking forward for his win is a bit sad, since there's no way he will win this match because the man, Ricardo Martinez, is the strongest entity in any show. And we then cut to an establishing outside shot sometime after Ippo and Wally's conversation. And Vorg and Wally run into the distance, and Sendo and Ippo begin chasing them, which I'm sure next chapter all 4 will race, but Wally will probably run the fastest. But that's it for this chapter. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other reviews, or any of my other videos in general. But on that note, this is Mex signing off. It's been real.